Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So something exciting that came out of the Google I/O event and also with the Pixel 6a, it's going to go to India. Yes, whenever this phone launches later on this year, it's going to go also for sale in India, which is huge because one, that tells you that there's more confidence in the Pixel brand and the Pixel phones than there's been in a while because it's been over 2 years since any Pixel phone has been sold and marketed directly into India. And I think this is a great thing because I've actually had a lot of people that have reached out in other markets, particularly over in Asia, who have wanted to get this phone and haven't been able to get it without having to pay heavy import fees to get it somewhere else and then get it sent to them or have somebody buy it in the States or somewhere else and send it over. Now, there's still going to be exclusionary markets. There's still a lot of places it's not at, but I'm hoping that as the brand grows, as they get more of these phones out there and get a good response and people want them, they can sell more of them in other markets, which will tremendously help. There's over 1 billion people in India. That's going to be a tremendous, I think, improvement for selling the Google Pixel phone over there because Google is global. I mean, they pride themselves and do so much on data analysis, data Google searching, all the crazy stuff that Google does on the back end and everything. Other products are available a lot of other places, but with phones it's particularly hard, and I'm happy to see this. And I remember back whenever BlackBerry, when they were marketing their phones, and India was one of the up and coming markets because so many places are saturated. The US is saturated, China's saturated, all over the world, these different markets for smartphones, people have been buying them for so long. You don't need them as much anymore. There was a huge boom whenever smartphones really took off because when you had the people still using flip phones and getting people on board with Android and iPhone and BlackBerry, yes, there was a lot of sales. But now everything's kind of stagnated. Sales have been going down. There's not as many people buying phones globally. And when they do buy them, they're keeping them longer because you get great things like a Pixel that you get 3 years of operating system updates and 5 years of security updates. You could keep the Pixel 6 for 5 years and it will work great, or supposed to anyway. That's the principle and the premise behind it. I can't guarantee that because, of course, well, who keeps a phone for 5 years with the technology now? You couldn't even imagine keeping a phone for a year or two 5 or 6 years ago. It was like, okay, the new flagship phone is out. I got to upgrade every year because after a year, it seemed like any Samsung phone would go to garbage. And I think a lot of people probably share that same sentiment. So I'm excited for this because that means more people can get in on board with the Pixel, and it opens up more opportunities for people in India as well because it's not just Redmi, it's not just Xiaomi, it's just not just Poco. A lot of US phones are not as globally available to other people. So it's kind of cool. Sometimes we want to get one of those phones over here. Well, sometimes they want to get one of our phones over there or, wherever you happen to be living and watching this. So I think that's cool. I think it's great that they're going to get the 6A and hopefully they don't have too much of a price cost increase over it because we know that sometimes whenever even with different carriers there might be different pricing. So with the Pixel 6a, there's not a exact date for that. I'll have more information on that once it's announced, but I wanted to sit down and take a minute to share the good news that the Pixel brand is being spread out further around the globe. So hopefully that means that not only with the US sales upticking, that'll be globally as well because LG, that vacuum that they left that people are trying to fill, that was an exodus moment. You don't get a lot of those in hardware where you have an institutional phone brand or institutional brand or product that just leaves the market all of a sudden. So LG held about a 13%, I believe it was a global smartphone share on basically people having the phones on their market share. So when they left, that's been aggressively attacked by Motorola, by Google, and by some other brands. So hopefully this means good things are happening for the brand. It's good things for people who want to get access to the brand. When you talk about being able to get access to a Pixel 6a with the Tensor chip and with the legendary Pixel camera and all sorts of that stuff, it's been a while. I mean, we're talking basically since the Pixel 4 series that you've been able to buy one off the shelf in India. So I think this is cool. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the brand. And I'm really interested to see what happens this year because they just announced during Google I/O that the 6 series of Pixel phones has sold better than the 4 and 5 series combined. So we know that it started off well. I'm sure that sales have started to kind of flatline. That's what happens after about the mid-year. So it's nice to have a mid-year launch cycle, get the A series out there. And I was not really incredibly on board with the Pixel phones until the A series because they always wanted so much. I didn't really feel like they brought a whole lot of experience to the table other than just the camera itself. And then Samsung and Apple got really good at cameras. So the 4 series, when it came to the 4A, I liked the 3A series, but the 4A was what really finally sold me and I absolutely love the A series. So I'm excited for them. I'm excited for us that we get to get it as well. And I think I think big things are going to happen with Google over the next year. And I'm really, really aspirational looking forward to this Tensor 2 chip, because I think that's going to take things to the next level. And we'll have to readdress that later. But this video, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. That's all I wanted to talk about for this video. So short, sweet, targeted. Happy for India, happy for Google, and hooray for the Pixel 6a. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, if you found this helpful, if you like the Pixel content, that's not all the videos I make, but I make a lot of them. So if that's what you like, hit the like and the subscribe button. Make this part of your daily stop for your tech news information. And if you just like to listen to me ramble on, you're in the right place. So again, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I'll see you guys next time.